Welcome to this video review of our fifth concert in the Brighton Philharmonic Orchestra's 2017-18 concert season. I am Ian Brignall and I am the concert manager for the orchestra. For our first concert of 2018, we head to the great composers of the 18th and very early 19th century Vienna. Joseph Haydn, known by many as Papa Haydn, and two of his great protégés, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart and Ludwig van Beethoven. For this concert, we are joined by the clarinetist conductor Michael Collins. Michael is one of the most complete musicians of his generation. With a continuing, distinguished career as a soloist, he has in recent years also become highly regarded as a conductor. In 2010, he took the position of principal conductor of the City of London Sinfonia. Recent guest conducting and play directing highlights including engagements in this country and all over the world. Joseph Haydn's Symphony No. 102 is the 10th of the 12 London symphonies written for the impresario Salomon in the late 1790s. Despite being lesser known than many of the other works in the group, it is sometimes viewed as Haydn's best symphony. It was rapturously received at its London premiere, and many critics regard it as one of the most perfectly written symphonies. It is one of the few symphonies that in fact doesn't have a nickname. At its first performance, a chandelier crashed to the floor of the hall, inspiring shouts of "It's a miracle," when it became clear that no one had been hurt. Strangely, it was Symphony No. 96 that bears the title The Miracle. As is almost always the case in Haydn's Salomon or London symphonies, No. 102 begins with a slow introduction that is quickly displaced by an excited allegro, which rather cleverly is an elaboration of the slow introduction. The second slow movement is a little melancholic, but this is quickly forgotten by a joyous third movement minuet, which lightens the mood and hints at the presto finale with its scampering string writing. Many critics suggest that this symphony forecasts the coming of Beethoven. His composition does look forward, but it still bears the masterly writing of a great symphonist. Written in October 1791 in Vienna, the Clarinet Concerto is one of Mozart's final completed works. He died less than 2 months after its October premiere. It was written for Mozart's friend and clarinetist Anton Stadler, who must have been a phenomenal performer of an instrument that was very much in its early stages of development. The concerto is notable for its delicate writing, and it shows Mozart at his very best as a composer of virtuosic lines and stunning orchestral accompaniments. Its form is very much in the classical concerto form and is in 3 movements: an opening fast movement, a beautiful, tuneful slow movement, and the concerto culminates in a scampering third movement rondo. Michael is our distinguished clarinet soloist, and he directs the orchestra from the clarinet. Ludwig van Beethoven's Symphony No. 1 was dedicated to one of Beethoven's early patrons. The piece was published in 1801, but it is not clear when Beethoven completed the complete symphony. There are certain early sketches of the finale which date back to 1795, and interestingly, these are in the form of exercises that Beethoven had written as a student of counterpoint. The symphony is clearly indebted to his teacher Haydn as well as to Mozart, but there are clear characteristics that mark it uniquely as a symphony of Beethoven. The premiere took place on the 2nd of April 1800 in Vienna. There are 4 movements and all carefully follow the classical symphonic writing of the day. The most unusual elements of the symphony are the instrumental writing, greater use of the woodwind, more horns and more trumpets. The musical content has increased, and his clever use of fast and slow writing mark it as a great innovator of symphonic writing and propelled the composition of the symphony firmly into the 19th century. This will be a very exciting concert. 3 great works written by 3 great composers. I look forward to seeing you all at this first concert of 2018.